Union representation. Most of the Detroit 3 have in-plant representatives, and that would include shop floor representatives. They are people that you can come to if you have an issue and you need somebody to resolve it and you don't want to deal with a supervisor. They will take care of that kind of an issue. For example, vacation scheduling. If there was a problem getting a week's vacation time, they would go and try and work out a resolution. Or if there was an infraction of the collective agreement and maybe you didn't get your overtime opportunity, they are the ones that would handle the grievance. We have CAW health and safety representatives, and these people are trained in the codes, and they are the people that will make sure that you are working in a safe environment. In addition to that, if you do not feel you're working in a safe environment, these are the people that will assist you and help you to correct the situation. Ergonomists, we know what it's like to work on a line. We know that there are rules and regulations that say that this is, by standards, not allowed. For example, you cannot lift so much weight repetitively so many times in an hour. The ergonomist will come out there and he is trained or she is trained to be able to say to the company, you are not meeting the acceptable guidelines, you need to correct this. There's a benefits representative. Should you have a problem in dealing with, maybe you need to be reimbursed for a drug plan, or maybe your sickness and accident pay, there was a misunderstanding, or maybe you need just help filling out some forms. The benefits representative is trained and capable to do those things. And WSIB, that is a very complicated process. So a WSIB representative is a wonderful asset should you get hurt at work and need somebody to help you navigate through that bureaucracy. A time study representative. We know that you can only do so much in a cycle time, but who else can go out there and discuss with the industrial engineers whether or not you are actually working over cycle or being expected to work over cycle? Time study representative is able to go out there, analyze it, come up with a logical conclusion, and stand up on your behalf and say, no, this person is overworked and this is not acceptable. Women's advocates. We know that women, sometimes men can too, but mostly women have issues in their family life that might make things very difficult for them to deal with, whether that is child care issues, separation or divorce, or domestic violence. The women's advocate is somebody who you can go and you can talk to, who has the resources and is able to give you some direction and some assistance. An EFAP representative, which is an employee family assistance person, that representative can help you with anything from substance abuse or a child with substance abuse to financial problems and how to access those kinds of resources. And of course, an employment equity representative should there be any kind of harassment that falls within the prohibited grounds. Now, these representatives are all elected or appointed from the members within the plant, and they are accountable to the membership. They are not accountable to the employer. You have additional resources. There's the resources at the national office, and that includes your local office representatives, because your local will have some staff that's there, and should something escalate and cannot be resolved within the plant, that's somebody who can step in that is outside of the plant and be of some assistance. You have a national service representative, and that is a person who will help at bargaining time, who's familiar with the plant and the practices and the industry and what's going on. That's also the person that will assist with grievances if they can't be resolved within the plant. You have a pensions and benefits department, and that resource is there should they want to make changes, or should they want to negotiate improvements to both the pensions and benefits. It's support at negotiations time. It's support if there's a problem that has arisen and you need a resolution. You have a health and safety department. If your in-plant health and safety reps cannot resolve a problem, they do have a resource that's outside of the plant to turn to, and that would be in the health and safety department. You have a women's department. You have a legal department. We have very good lawyers who have done amazing things when it's come to arbitration cases. You have an equity department, a research department. We have an economist. We have a training department. We have a retired workers department. We feel strongly that our retirees are very important, and they have been an important part of the culture, and they are an important part moving forward, and they might retire from the job, but they don't retire from the union. So, in conclusion, it's no accident that the wages and benefits are similar to, but difficult to compare. We know that originally they used to pay Toyota and Honda based on what the Detroit 3 were making, and part of the reason they did that was to keep a union out. But things have shifted a little bit today, and now we find that often in negotiations what's coming up is, oh, we think that you should get what Toyota gets, and we would like to pay you less, or we would like to have contract workers. We would like to reduce our labor costs, and that's because the Toyota labor costs are less than the Detroit 3 labor costs. And it's no accident that the compensation package is designed to appear competitive, and by using flex benefits they can make it appear competitive, but in reality it is not an all-encompassing package, and it doesn't include everything. We also know that Toyota has full control. Because you don't have a collective agreement, they have the ability to make those changes on their own without your consent. The Detroit 3 negotiates, and it explores the alternatives with the CAW. So when we have a conflict, or we have a disagreement, or they want to take a direction that we're not comfortable with, we have to sit down and we have to work it out, and we have to find a solution that is acceptable to the membership, which means it's acceptable to the people that work in those plants, because ultimately they are going to vote